We always do that.
I mean, that's a little fancier than the Mangini one.
Yeah, I know you're a little trouble with your Cavs and everything.
Oh,
you're
you know what?
Game.
Oh, okay.
Oh, the Cavaliers.
You thought he meant my calf muscles?
Yeah, because we're talking about Boogie Cousins. Oh, that was Achilles.
I love you so much. Maybe your calves is there strength. You need some pliability training.
I really did. I was like, you stood up and then you sat down.
Thank you so much for the concern. It touches my heart.
Love us. Things have gone from bad to worse to, oh my goodness, really? For the Cleveland Cavaliers, speaking of Knicks Cavs, here's the bad. They lost the Pistons last night. Here's the worst. They did so by giving up 125 points to them, and they didn't even have Blake Griffin yet. And here's the OMG, really? Kevin Love broke his hand and will likely miss 2 months. Other than that, things are actually amazing in Cleveland. Here's LeBron after the game.
It's unfortunate, for our team, and obviously with everything that's been going on as of late, with our ball club, just trying to figure out, how we're going to play every night, our different lineups, and, getting everybody into the flow. When you have, Kev go out like that, he's going to be out for quite a while, maybe 2 months. It's just tough on us.
All right, so let's figure all this out. What does this mean now for the Cavaliers, Chris?
Well, I think as bad as things have gotten, I think they would have figured it out with IT. And I still had them winning the East. And look, as long as you got LeBron James, I'm not going to write you off in a very weak conference because Boston's the leader. Boston's lost 5 of 7. Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown have hit the wall. They really haven't played that well in January.
That's why they're losing. Hit a wall.
Exactly. Yeah, so this is still a bad conference that they could win with LeBron James. Here's the problem. We talked about this a little bit earlier. If Isaiah Thomas steps up in Kevin Love's absence and plays really well, the problem is Love's coming back in mid-March, and then is he the third option now? He was playing better as the second option. So you're going to have another adjustment period once you get through this one with Love gone, with Isaiah back as the second guy, playing well, assuming he does. Then Love steps in, and everything gets mixed up again. So that's one of the main concerns I have with them. They lose a lot with Love in addition to the numbers. He spreads the floor on offense. He exploits smaller defenders in the post that nobody else on that team can do. Who you replacing him with? Jay Crowder, Channing Frye? I mean, this is a problem, and they're going to find this out.
The thing is, though, Love being the third option has been the status quo for them up until this season. He's been third option.
You had a much better second option.
Oh, I totally agree with you. I just mean for Kevin Love, it's not like he's become used to being the second option. He was the second option of his 3.5 years in Cleveland for just half a year, just for the beginning of this season. I do think this gives Isaiah Thomas a better chance to get back to what's his ceiling? 75% of what he was last year? Call it that. Like, he's never going to be, even if he didn't get hurt, he wasn't going to be what he was last year again.
Well, not points per game. He could have played as well and averaged 21.
You mentioned that the East is weak, and so the Cavs still should get through it. The first year LeBron was in Cleveland, there was a 60-win team in the East that had 4 All-Stars. It was not the Cleveland Cavaliers. It was the Atlanta Hawks. And
you mean when he went back after?
His first year back in Cleveland, pardon me, not his rookie season. And the Cavs played them in a playoff series without Kevin Love and with Kyrie Irving, who played 48 minutes the entire series because of an injured knee. And they swept them. The question, as bad as it is for the Cavs, I still have no concern about them getting through the East. Now, how they match up with any team in the West, I know you give them no shot. I give them more than no shot, but less of a chance than they've had in the last few seasons. But the Kevin Love injury is bad. There's no way to spin it as good. But I don't think it for me, doesn't change any playoff series up until the NBA Finals.
It might not change the playoff series, but if we talk about a team not playing very good basketball, also, how many games do we think they're going to win? Because regardless if you think they're better than, if they slide past the number 4 seed.
Which is possible.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so that's my concern. So regardless if you think they're better, you play all the series where you don't have home court advantage. and you get a bad matchup in round one. The same thing we talked about, just on a different scale, with Golden State in the West. That's what made the West so interesting, is that not only that first round matchup, but that second round matchup because of the depth of the West. So now, if they slide down to 5, 6, so what if they get to 6? What if they're the 6th seed and they play the number 3 seed, which potentially that could be an issue. I'm concerned they missed training camp. LeBron and IT weren't together. LeBron had the serious ankle sprain. Now they get into the beginning of the season, all right? They don't have IT there. They put Calderon in. They run off a stretch of good basketball. And then now they bring IT back. They struggle again. IT also has the question, hey, Jenna, were you sick yesterday at work? Is there a reason why you didn't come to work?
I have such an issue with that, by the way.
I mean, just the pettiness that was already going on. Yeah. And then now you lose Kevin Love, which I believe is an underrated player. Like, I don't see them winning a championship without Kevin Love being an outstanding player. I believe all this is, there's more pressure on IT now. There's more pressure on him because of Kevin Love not being there, that he could be under the microscope. Because we know it's not going to be LeBron's fault. So they're going to be more optics on IT. It's going to be interesting to see how he performs under that.
He's got to step up and be that legitimate second scorer now, because you look at that roster, you can't count on Dwayne Wade every night at his age.
And the whole plan for Wade was for him to be as fresh as he's ever been come the playoffs. So you don't want to lean on him heavily right now.
So it's going to be on Isaiah. But like I said, you mentioned Love. His first 3.5 years, he was great for a third option, 18 points, 10 rebounds a night, but he was inconsistent because that's what third options are. He was playing, I think, the best ball of his career before IT got back.
As the second option?
Yes, as the definitive second option, because you know you're getting a certain amount of touches, looks, plays called for you the whole 9 yards, and he was at center. Now that's going to all be changed if Isaiah, even if he plays well, it's going to be a problem when Love gets back.
Could they have won? How far could they have gone with Kevin Love as their second option all the way?
Without Isaiah?
With Isaiah, but with Isaiah not as your second option.
I think they could win the East. I don't think they can beat Golden State, but I think they could win the East.
Here's the thing,
I still give them a
which
shot.
makes talking about the Cavs very difficult. If you are from anywhere from where I am on LeBron and the Cavs to everything short of where our friend Skip is, guess what? Almost everyone's got him winning the East. What if Kevin Love's out for the year? Yeah, they got LeBron. They're probably going to win the East. The question is, can they beat the Warriors or the Rockets, whomever it is? Like, we're judging it on that fine margin. 2 weeks in June that we're far away from. Now, the question I have for you is this, though. Does this injury affect their trade deadline plans? That trade deadline is in 10 days, 9 days.
I don't see them making any major significant moves. Now, even if they bring in, the Clippers have been saying they will not give him DeAndre Jordan unless they get that Brooklyn pick. Now, does that change? I wouldn't give up the Brooklyn pick. Does that change? Do the Clippers decide, you know what? They're just negotiating. They called our bluff. They already could have 2 lottery picks. We'll give you DeAndre just for your pick and some other players. Maybe that happens. DeAndre Jordan, to me, doesn't get them above the Warriors. I disagree. I don't think anyone discusses, most people in the league now aren't discussing the Cavs as far as beating the Warriors. When we talk about are the Cavs going to be all right, most people are thinking, will they reach the finals?
And
will they beat the Warriors?
I agree most people think they're going to beat the Warriors. My point is, even the people that are skeptical of the Cavs, I think most still believe, but they're going to make the finals.
There's a growing number, though, that are doubting. You're doubting.
Growing number of people that are going to be wrong.
All right, Chris, thank you so much for joining us today.
I got that corner. We on that corner.
And there's not enough room for everybody. I've never been on a corner where there's not enough room for everyone. Coming up, hey, guess what? Cowboys tight end Jason Witten will join the show. He's got a lot to say. He's hanging out and getting ready for us. Next time, First Thing First.
Good-looking guy.